The first Model 3 has been spotted in the wild, Tesla stock is at an all-time high, and the German market is on the rise. Here are your Tesla tidbits for April 5th, 2017. You can take your pick for the source on this first one, but Teslarati gets the credit from me. Model 3 has been spotted in the wild for the first time, and we get good pictures rather than grainy low-res video like we got from Elon. Wayne, a Teslarati reader, spotted the car traveling in the opposite direction on the road he was traveling, whipped a U-turn and caught up to get some pretty good photos of the car. It is possible that this is the very same release candidate from the video last month, as the car is black and sports the same wheels. A couple of things to point out now that we get to look at it in the light of day. First, and most importantly, it looks like there are new camera ports on the C-pillar. This is really interesting, as it's been made abundantly clear that Model S and Model X will be the technology leaders for Tesla. Adding cameras to Model 3 is certainly counter to that. It's entirely possible that they're experimenting with different positioning for Model 3, and the B-pillar cameras will find a new home, but that remains to be seen. Next up, the nose appears to actually be unaltered from the prototype car. Some, including myself, thought that the video revealed the lip from the prototype had been removed, and this no longer appears to be the case. The taillights appear largely unchanged from the prototype, and we still have no clear indication of exactly where the charge port will be. The design of the side markers on the rear just doesn't look to be as well integrated as Model S and Model X. This could, of course, just be a function of still being a car that isn't final, too. Super exciting to see the first one on the road. I wasn't following the company like I am now during this time for Model S and Model X, and I'm probably way more excited than I should be. I'd love to somehow find a look at the interior before we get the final reveal, but that might be asking a bit much. Earlier in the day, Tesla stock preceded the Model 3 in the news category by closing at an all-time high and passing both Ford and GM to become the most valuable automaker in the U.S. Tesla stock opened the day at $296.89, reached as high as $304.81 before nestling in at $303.70 for the close. This puts Tesla's market cap at just a touch over $53 billion, topping GM's $49.6 billion and Ford at $45.2 billion. This is before Model 3 is even released. My own theory was that the stock would hit $300 per share when Model 3 was released, not before. The question now is if it holds or if it can find its way even higher. Note of disclosure here, I am a Tesla stockholder and I hold a long position. Lastly, we close it out at Electrek tonight, where they report that deliveries in Germany more than doubled year over year in quarter one. After a slow start over the first 3 years in the country, Tesla notched a 157% increase in Q1. Registration data from the country shows that they delivered 1,023 vehicles in Q1, a new record for the company. The breakdown was 675 Model S's and 396 Model X's. The record is partly thanks to Model X making its debut in the country in Q1. However, Model S experienced a huge increase in its own right, increasing more than 100%. Good to see another growth market for the company bearing fruit. You can find the links to today's full stories in the show description. This show operates on a value-for-value model. If you get some value out of what I do each day, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. As always, thanks to super patrons John Waltauer, Drew Schuyler, Cookie UK, and John Waller for supporting the show at the $10 plus level. If you've got nothing extra to spare, that's totally fine. Please feel free to support the show with your positive iTunes and YouTube feedback and subscriptions, as well as across other services on the internet. Lastly, if you're in the market for a Tesla, you can get yourself $1,000 off while supporting the show and super patron Drew Schuyler by using the referral link ts.la/Andrew1233. That's all for today. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.